Hi guys, my name is Asma and I am the Public Relations Officer for the Exercise Science Club at William Paterson, and in honor of World Vegan Month for November, Officer Julie Alvarez, Cheryl Albano, and I wanted to put together a video on vegan recipes that are simple, delicious, and nutritious. To highlight how accessible and beneficial a vegan lifestyle is, we're going to first start off making an almond butter and blueberry jelly, which you'll only need 7 ingredients to make. It is a personal recipe I experimented with, such as I did with the white bean hummus sandwich, which is our second recipe. I love this recipe because it is so easy to make whenever I'm in a rush, and usually I meal prep this on the weekend. Our third recipe, the chickpea ground masala, is what I usually cook for dinner. It is an Indian-inspired recipe with fresh vegetables and earthy herbs. And lastly, I like to treat myself with nice cream at the end of the day, and this actually takes me less than 2 minutes to make. It has the consistency of ice cream, but you're only using frozen bananas as your base. I hope you guys will try some of these recipes, and if you do, let me know what you think. Enjoy.
The first recipe we're going to start off with is vegan almond butter and blueberry jelly sandwich. To make this recipe, you're going to need these ingredients: almonds, maple syrup or honey, blueberries, a lemon, coconut oil, and bananas.
Okay guys, so now we're gonna make almond butter and blueberry jelly toast sandwich. First off, we're gonna start preheating the oven 400 degrees, and then you wanna get at least 3 cups of almonds toasted already in the oven, so that's where we're gonna start now.
You're going to put 3 cups of almonds into the tray. Once the almonds are done roasting for 10 minutes, you want to let it sit out for a while so it doesn't overheat the blender. Set the stove to medium-low. Add a spoonful of coconut oil into the pot to help solidify the blueberries into a jelly-like consistency. Rinse the blueberries thoroughly, then add it into the pot. When they are simmering in the coconut oil, you can then add 1 teaspoon of maple syrup and add a squeeze of lemon juice to add a little kick. Flatten out the blueberries with your spatula and stir it around to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom of the pot.
Once the almonds are done cooling down, you can then go ahead and blend it. Depending on the quality of your blender, it can take up to 25 minutes to get into a smooth consistency. Patience is key at this point, but if you already have a store-bought almond butter, you can just use that instead. You can also use a food processor instead of a blender. That also works.
You can scrape down the sides whenever it builds up. We didn't film it, but add some maple syrup into the blender. The outcome should look like this. Toast 2 slices of bread. You're gonna slice a banana. And all we have to do is assemble the sandwich. The next recipe is for white bean hummus sandwich. You're gonna need white beans, sauteed garlic, olive oil, lemon zest, salt and pepper, veggie stock, sliced tomatoes, spinach, arugula, and hummus. We're gonna start off by slicing a clove of garlic. Cut a few slices of a tomato. Add some olive oil into your pot and saute your garlic until it turns light brown. After you rinse a can of white beans, you can go ahead and add it into the pot. Season it with salt and black pepper.
The next thing you want to do is just mash it up into like a paste almost, but leave a little bit more chunks in it. And then just add a little lemon and the lemon zest.
A few moments later.
So I don't actually have the masher, so as I look around. So I'm just gonna use the spatula and just mush it a little.
Let's go.
So we don't want this getting dry, so we're just gonna add a dash of water. And then mix around.
Isn't that like hot? Season with salt and pepper to your liking. Zest a lemon and squeeze some of the juice into the paste.
So now we're just assembling the sandwich. I used the store-bought hummus, but you can always make your own. Oops, I dropped the hummus. Oh my gosh.
What a mess.
What a check,
Alright, the last step is to assemble everything together. Putting the white bean paste first and then spreading the hummus on the other side and adding our tomatoes and arugula.
Cut through.
Our next recipe is for chickpea masala with white rice. The ingredients you're going to need is a can of chickpeas, olive oil, large onion, garlic cloves, ginger, jalapeno, tomato paste, water, coriander, cumin, turmeric, garam masala, salt, cilantro, and white rice. We're going to start by preparing our vegetables. First, we're going to dice some onions. After you're done, you're gonna slice the garlic. Then you're gonna mince the jalapeno. Chop up some cilantro. We're going to slice off a piece of the ginger and peel the skin. Since this piece is smaller, we're going to use a spoon to peel off the skin. We're gonna mince the ginger. Then we're gonna blend our tomatoes. Using a can opener, we're gonna safely open our tomato paste, our coconut milk, and chickpeas.
Add some olive oil. Now that we got everything assembled, we're just gonna add them all as we go.
Add a little bit of olive oil. Saute the onions until it's a light brown. Add the garlic and saute for like 2 minutes.
This is cooking. Let me tell you guys a funny story, bro. You know my brother with his go-kart car?
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep recording?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I can take it out.
I know, but
So my brother has like this go-kart car. I don't know if Julie knows about it. I don't know if Cheryl knows about it. So they went to go get the inspection that every year you need for your car, whatever. And then the guy's asking like, oh, is it possible you can like, not possible, can you roll down your window? And then my dad's like acting like he can't hear him. And then the guy kept repeating himself. And my dad was like, oh, roll down the window. And all you hear is like he's rolling down the window, and the window is actually going, and my dad pushes it down, because it's shaking, and then the guy said, check. And they passed the inspection. God, I don't know how.
Add the ginger and jalapeno. Add all your spices together and stir around before adding the tomato pulp and tomato paste, so it brings out the flavors more. Since the whole point of using spices is to enhance flavor, it's important to know the correct way to maximize your seasoning. Add chickpeas and coconut milk. Add a teaspoon of tomato paste. Add the cinnamon stick, put the top to let it steam. You want the pot to simmer for 10 minutes and make sure you stir occasionally so the bottom doesn't stick. Season accordingly. Add the white rice. Add the chickpea garam masala. And garnish with cilantro. Recipe for banana ice cream dessert. The ingredients are going to be a frozen banana, dark chocolate, coconut oil, and walnuts. Add dark chocolate chips and coconut oil into a small cup. You can either let the coconut oil sit in room temperature and it'll melt by itself, but to save some time, we put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. The purpose of the coconut oil is so that the chocolate can solidify on the ice cream and help melt the chips to make sure it doesn't burn. Pulse 1/4 of a cup of walnuts in a blender, and we're going to use this for our toppings. Blend frozen bananas until it's a creamy consistency, and make sure to scrape the sides whenever it builds up. Using a fruit processor would make this so much easier, but you can always add coconut milk to help.
Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. So we're always living in the present tense. It seems unforgiving when a good thing ends, but you and I will always be back then. You and I will always be.
After 6 hours, maybe more, we finished it.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Bono. I'm the editor of most of the videos that the Exercise Club posts on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching the video about healthy recipes to make, and we hope you'll give them a try. Please follow our social media accounts below, and I'll also put them in the description box. To talk a little bit about the club, the Exercise Club is a student-run club that advocates the health and wellness of all William Paterson students. Exercise science studies movements, functional responses, and adaptation. Their goal is to understand the connection between fitness and exercise to diet and health. If you're interested in joining, you can find more information on the William Paterson homepage under Campus Life and clicking Clubs and Organizations. Please contact Professor Lozalo for any additional questions or send a message to our social media. Thank you, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button. And I hope you have a nice day.